Ever wondered what it's like to audition for a Martin Scorsese film? Join me as I take you behind the scenes of my roller coaster journey auditioning for a role in The Departed, starring Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio. Did I look the part? Stay tuned. I attended an open call for the Martin Scorsese film, The Departed. They were looking for Irish types, and at the time, I'm pretty sure I had red hair. The next day, casting calls. You're being considered to play the nun in a scene with Jack Nicholson. We need you to come in and be put on tape. I mean, my knowledge of Catholicism is very limited, except I was married to a lapsed Catholic who was riddled with guilt. The casting director explains, Martin Scorsese is directing The Departed. It revolves around a rivalry between an Irish-American gang and the Boston police force. It stars Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Jack Nicholson. Before becoming a nun, you had an affair with Jack Nicholson. Well, the character. There aren't any lines at this time, but we all know that could change. There it is, the proverbial carrot. How many times have I heard that one when they're trying to sell us on these glorified extra jobs? All right, allow me to explain. It's 2005. SAG and AFTRA have not merged under the SAG contract. This type of part is considered featured, which means if I book it, I'll be in a scene, acting, reacting, and interacting with Jack Nicholson, but will not speak. For this, I will receive SAG wages, which at the time was $118 for the day. A day consists of 8 work hours plus either a half an hour or an hour for lunch. It depends on what the production does. So this is the same amount of money a background player receives who may be sitting in a restaurant, walking down the street, or sleeping in holding. If this were under an AFTRA contract, I'd be paid the under 5 rate, $384 for being on screen with the principal actor and moving the story forward. If this were a commercial, I'd be paid the principal day rate. That was around $800. Yeah, $800 at the time, plus residuals every time it aired. Years ago, SAG would have considered this a silent bit, which paid slightly more, but SAG gave that away years ago. Now, I've fallen for this ruse more times than I can count, but it's a day's work. One day closer to making my SAG pension and health credit for the year. Plus, it's a Martin Scorsese film. I would be in a scene with Jack Nicholson, and I would love that. Next day, I show up at the casting office. Casting director asks me a series of questions. So, Jill, what have you been up to lately? I've written a solo play about my life called My Life in the Trenches, and I've been performing it around the city in various festivals and theaters. And where are you from? Oh, I'm an Army brat, so I was born in Tokyo, Japan, went to high school in Germany, and lived on various Army bases throughout the South. Thanks for coming in. A week passes. I receive yet another call from casting. They're interested in you, along with 2 other actresses for the nun part. They've already started filming. They need you to go to set to meet with the first AD. You'll do the scene with him, and he'll put you on tape. Well, I've booked plenty of principal parts, and I've never had to go through this. I know. They just want to ensure you can tell the story with your eyes. Well, it is Scorsese and Nicholson. Anything could happen. Count me in. Great. Okay. You're going to set, which is in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Production will provide a van, probably an afternoon call. Just check back after 5:30. So at 5:30, I call, and of course the message says, no, it's a morning call. I arrive early, get on a van, and at 10 a.m. sharp, van pulls away. Now, I notice the other 2 actresses aren't on the van with me. My cell phone vibrates. It's casting. Jill, where are you? Oh, sorry. I'm on my way to set. I guess I got on the crew van by mistake. When we arrive at location, holding isn't open yet. Okay, holding is where they keep background players, stand-ins, other miscellaneous people until they're needed on set. I wait outside for 20 minutes or so until a PA shows up and unlocks it. Today, holding is in an elementary school cafeteria, and they have those low benches because elementary kids are tiny, and they have these low benches with these formica tables, and I have to crouch down, squeeze in to get to fit into the seat and wait. And it is another hour before the second actress, Diane, also auditioning for the featured nun, arrives. Now, Diane is a glamorous, statuesque blonde. She used to star opposite Eric Roberts in the now defunct soap opera Another World. PA hands me a voucher to fill out for payment. Just so you know, your payment for this interview audition is 1/4 check. Scratch on a piece of paper. Okay, $118. That's our daily rate divided by 4, $29.50. No. That's not going to work. Look, I need to pay my cable bill this week. So I hand the voucher back to the PA. No thanks. I don't want a voucher for this job. What? I've never had an actor tell me they don't want to get paid. Well, I'm going to mess up my unemployment. I'm going to lose money. Unemployment pays $101 for the day. This job pays $29.50. So I'm going to end up losing $71.50 by doing this audition. $71.50 may not seem like a lot of money, but to me, it's groceries for the week. In this case, my cable bill. It's another hour before the third would-be nun arrives. She missed the van, so she had to take the subway. The third would-be nun has the perfect look. Diane, the statuesque blonde, and I look at each other. Come on, we've been in this business long enough to recognize the celluloid nun when we see one. The film business, like the military, is a whole lot of hurry up and wait. It is 12:30 before the AD shows up to meet and explain the scene to the three of us. You had an affair with Jack Nicholson's character, and now you're a nun. We want to see you tell the story with your eyes. I'll read Jack's lines. You'll react. One at a time, we go behind this black partition-y type thingy, and we do our screen test with the AD. I don't remember any of the line. I don't remember anything except thinking this is the stupidest audition ever. Whatever. We finish. The AD asks, could you ladies please wait here until Mr. Scorsese reviews the tapes and makes his final decision? It shouldn't take too long. In true movie land style, time stands still and stretches out across a sea of expectations, shattered hopes, and dashed dreams. Another hour passes. By this time, we three nuns are like starving, and so we head over to the craft services table to get a little bit of nosh and tea. When we get back to holding, we're told, we guessed it, the third actress booked the non-speaking, non-principal featured nun part, and we're released. We've been here so long, we're paid half a check. All right. I decided to take the voucher and lose money because this check, tiny though it may be, goes toward my SAG pension and health benefits, as well as my next unemployment claim. Very important. Since we're no longer needed, we're kicked to the curb. Forget about the van. They're like, take the subway back to the city. Well, luckily it's close by. However, we wait for 20 minutes for the train, and then it's another 20 minutes to Port Authority. And by the time I get home, I'm exhausted, sweaty, put a pond, just in time to watch Oprah. I decide to take out a notebook and do a little math. I'm just curious. How much time did I spend chasing this phantom nun part? I make a list. Attending the original Departed open call, 2.5 hours. Going to casting office, being put on tape, another 3 hours, including travel time. Taking the subway downtown to catch the van, to go to set, waiting around, telling the story with my eyes. Plus, travel back to the city, 7 hours. Add in several phone calls, back and forth to casting. So for approximately 13 hours of my time, I'll receive a check for $59 before taxes. That comes to $4.53 an hour. Being an actor, pursuing your dream can be frustrating, time-consuming, and expensive. It takes perseverance, resilience, and you have no control over anything. Your job is to show up, be present, do the work to the best of your ability, and then let it go. Just let it all go. Do I do that? Well, after years of doing this job, I've gotten a lot better at it. Each audition, even for these minor roles, is a learning experience, and you never know what might happen. It's like lotto. You've got to be in it to win it. But the odds are against you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave your comments below. I'll see you next week.